My name's Peter Fraser, and I wanted to welcome you to Yangarra and introduce you to Michael Lane, our vineyard manager. And we're standing up here in the high sands Grenache, 210 metres elevation, sitting at some of the higher points of McLaren Vale, and kind of a bit of a light, windy, not really windy, but just a light breeze, spring day, looking at the beautiful bud bursts that we've had. They've probably burst for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, would have completed pruning 4 to 5 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and the vineyard looks incredibly neat considering there's no synthetic chemicals used.
So up on a lot of all over the Yangarra, we graze up to 400 sheep through the winter months, so they'll keep everything down, as well as keeping the grasses down. Their manure is put back into the system. In addition to that, all the composting, you can sort of see.
You can see the compost down on the ground.
And bud burst is really even this year, which is a bonus. We just need to continue on with good strong weather. Some light rains would be good coming up, but overall really happy with how things are looking.
It's interesting to see this sand. For those people that haven't seen it, it's just like beach sand, and you can see a lot of that browny, darker compost material in there. The vines is actually quite dry, but probably a few inches down you'll still have a bit of soil moisture.
I mean, these roots spread out a long way and at good depth, so they'll be tapping into some moisture there.
And Michael, in a couple of weeks you'll go through, there's some little sheets like this, that will come off.
We'll just go through, thin out to retain what we have pruned to get this sort of fruiting wood, some good strong growth.
And which ones would you take off?
So it's quite a quick process, so that would be fine. By the time that grows out and spreads out, we'll be in a pretty good position. So taking it back to any non-fruitful shoots and retaining anything with small clusters on them.
Oh, it looks good. We're in great position in spring, and we'll go down and around and have a look at a few of the other spots around the vineyard.
Yep, terrific.
And like the Brissane's been selling really well, so we're going to plant up another couple of acres of Brissane.
Yep.
So what are these bins here?
So basically hotbeds for callousing up materials. So we've also got a bit of Counoir, Bois Blanc, Grenache Blanc sitting here. So as soon as we start to get some development, we'll plant them out and develop some new vineyard and some of these new varieties that we've been importing.
Excellent. So this is a little block of young bushvine Grenache, and these are, how old are these down?
So planted in 2009, so coming up 5 years old. This will be their 5th leaf. Main thing in the first few years is to get the structure, and now that we're getting some structure, developing some good strong vines, we're in a good place to start growing them out, cropping them up and getting a bit of fruit off them.
Yeah, and you see a few little bunches in here.
Yeah, so the clusters are just developing. We've probably still another 3 weeks at least away from flowering, so typically you'd have 10 to 12 leaves before we'd flower.
Yeah.
Also we've gone through and tournisoled up under vine, just take any competition. This year's been particularly dry already, so
this is just a little mechanical machine that
sort of has a circular motion and sort of scarifies about the top 2 inches of soil, clears it away from the vine, but rather than using any chemicals or herbicides, which are not allowable in our system.
And you've spread a compost on here.
We put
early in spring.
Early spring, we put compost that we compost here on site, and that just helps incorporate into the topsoil as well. So.
Oh, they're looking good. It's still pretty dry though. We might go over and have a look at the dam, and we've got probably need to start irrigating these soon. We'll assess the growth. Hopefully we get a bit of rain between now and then. So, but it's been a pretty dry spring so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, which is pretty good from a vineyard management point of view.
Well, it'd be nice to have good full capacity at spring and then dry off. But this year might be a bit of a challenge if it we don't get some rain
Yep.
soonish,
Yep.
then we will have to supplement with irrigation.
Yeah, very good. So it's a pretty nice spring day. We had a really good winter, and we've got plenty of water. We'll use this pretty much get everything going. Normally we probably wouldn't start irrigating until November, December.
Yeah, yep.
But this year it's been like August and September's been pretty dry, and as you can see in the rest of the video that we're starting to get pretty strong bud burst, and the soil moisture is starting to disappear a bit. So
yeah,
we'll probably irrigate next week. This week.
Maybe some spot watering. Just
Yeah.
you know, we want to keep vines pretty happy through flowering at least.
Yeah.
Once we get set, then we'll start backing off the water again.
And while we irrigate from a soil type point of view first, the ironstone or the sand?
The sandy ridges would be first, so something like the Mavedra up behind us,
Yeah.
maybe some of the young Grenache, just
Yeah.
to get that strong growth initially, and then start winding it back.
So the younger vines that have got a smaller root system?
Exactly, yep.
Okay. Cool. Well, we might go for a swim, or maybe we'll leave that for the dogs. I hope you enjoyed our Yangarra spring edition, and just sitting out in the sun, having a little glass of old vine Grenache, and just wanted to reach out to you if you've got any questions about what's happening at Yangarra. Send me an email, and hopefully I can give you the answers, and hopefully I'll see some of you soon. So cheers.